Julie Russell here. Hey, welcome and thanks for joining in on this Sunday night, whether you're watching live with me or catching on the replay. Hey, it's great to spend a few minutes with you. As always, if you hear something you'd like or that moves you, please leave a reaction, drop a comment in the thread, share the video with anyone you think it might help. Always PM me if you have questions or want to hear more. I'm happy to share what I've learned with you, and I hope that it helps you too. Hey, welcome. I see some more joining in. It's great to see you. I'm trying to see, but it's not letting me see my viewers. Oh, there we go. Hey, Kelly, great to see you. I see a few more joining in, but let me ask you the question for the night because I'm always asking questions. Do you know what lies between B and D? If you know, would you please leave an answer in the thread below? You know, for me, it's been a really sad week because I had some very unexpected news of a few classmates passing away very unexpectedly, and a couple friends battling some various debilitating and possibly fatal diseases. And it's news that, you know, rocks you to your core. You know, it knocks you on your butt and really makes you think for a while. You know, these were people who had families, you know, children, someone's wife, some little girl's father. And unless you've been through it, you know, you can't imagine their pain, you know, their heartache, their sadness. And when you see that B and D on the headstone, it makes it all real. But when it comes down to B and D, it's birth and death. And then what lies between B and D is the letter C. The choices we make. My mentors taught me that every choice that we make in our lives right now, it's a reflection of every single choice we've made up until today. And that we all have the same ability to make that choice. And the same 24 hours in a day, so everything is what you make of it. And that you can't sit around, you know, you can't wait forever for something that's never gonna happen. Because otherwise, you're just gonna sit around and wait forever, and it never comes. You know, I didn't believe them at first. I thought that they were, you know, a little on the crazy side, but I've been having a rough time, and I wanted some change, and I was looking for it and hoping that it would come. And I thought that if I was really patient, the change would happen. Boom, one day, you know, when I was ready. And I realized that the only person who could actually make the choice and make any changes was always going to be me. And that I couldn't blame that on blame my lack of change on any outside factors, you know, the economy, you know, my birth order, DNA, the president, you know, this person who didn't like me. Because just like when you're going to a gym, you can't blame the gym for not losing weight and getting into shape if you didn't actually go to the gym and actually work out. Because the gym works if you work it. And I had to learn that lesson too. But just like life, it works if you work it. Hey, I see more joining in. It's great to have you. We're talking about what lies between B and D, the letter C, choices. But I keep learning over and over again that in the reality of life, that everything is a choice. It's our greatest truth and our hardest lessons. And on the flip side, you know, it's hard because if you're not happy where you're at, it's really hard to look in that mirror every day and take ownership of all the choices that you have, the choices that you've made, I should say. And, you know, most people, we don't take responsibility for our choices, you know, but what happens is that because of that, you go on and you live a life that you really don't want and you wish things would change. For example, not so long ago, I was struggling and I knew that I wanted and needed change. And I ran across this quote from Steve Jobs. And he asked, you know, if you looked yourself in the mirror every morning and asked yourself, if today was going to be one of the last days of my life, would I want to do what I'm about to do today? You know, if the answer was no, too many days in a row, then guess what? He made a choice to change it. Now, it obviously worked for him, so why can't it work for you or me? And for me, it was a huge wake-up call because I wanted that change. I knew it was needed, and not just for me, but for my family, for our future. And I'd always been just too afraid to make that choice to change. Because if you're waking up in the middle of the night, you're sweating about going to your job, you can't advance, you're dying to take a vacation, you're daydreaming about somebody else's life, if you're dreading every day that you have to go to work, if your life is tedious and boring, it's a sign that you need to make a change. Now, I'm not saying that you have to worry about making, the most perfect choice, because you don't know for sure if it's the right choice. I mean, hindsight's 20/20. But if you just learn a lesson and you realize that it's the right choice if you move closer to being happy and choosing happiness. Because happiness, kind of like everything else, is a choice. So if you hear something you like or that moves you, please leave a reaction, drop a comment in the thread, share the video with anyone you think it might help. PM me if you'd like to make changes. Because there is something that lies between B and D. The letter C. Because there are 3 C's in life: choice, change, and chance. Because you have to make a choice to make a change, or your life never changes. Make that